Isaac Lamoureux, True North here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, there's still 30 minutes before the event starts, and it is absolutely packed wall to wall in here. Thousands of people here inside the building right now. Thousands of people in line waiting to get in. I mean, it's ridiculous. Just take a look at the crowd.
Let's show some gratitude for the greatest Prime Minister of the 21st century, the Right Honourable Stephen Harper. Do we have any veterans here in the House today? Give it up for our veterans. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Good to see you, sir. Where did you serve?
In the Canadian Navy in the Second World War and D-Day.
A round of applause, bless you, my friend. How old were you at Juno Beach?
I was 19.
19. What a hero. What an incredible hero. Thank you, sir. We have to make this a country that is worthy of that hero's sacrifice, don't we? Give him a round. The Liberals are trying to pull a fast one. They have a very simple strategy in this election. And here's what it is. Make you forget about the last 10 years. Everything they do will be about bringing collective amnesia of all the damage they've done. The first trick they've tried is replacing Justin Trudeau with his economic advisor and a hand-picked successor, Mark Carney.
How do you feel about Carney disrespecting Alberta or Western Canada as a whole and his whole approach against Western Canada?
I think it's completely wrong. I think the federal government has been doing this for way too long. Unfortunately, what I've been seeing from Carney is nothing but ignorance. And I'm actually seeing that from a lot of people from the central portion of Canada, basically. I'm originally from Ontario. And I had no idea what Alberta actually did for the people and how much the actual transfer payments helped throughout. So yeah, for the federal government and for Carney to be turning around and trying to quash what's happening here in Alberta for his own purpose, he has 7 pipelines here in Canada. So of course he wants no more pipelines to go through, which doesn't help the people in Ontario and Quebec and the East Coast.
So how do you feel about the Alberta separation movement that we're seeing pick up some steam?
The Alberta separation movement is actually probably a really good thing at this point. It puts the federal government back into their lane, as Danielle would say it. The separation, there's 3 parts to the separation at this point. The first part of it is either becoming 51st state. The second part is to turn around and become an independent like Quebec. And the third is becoming our own country, okay, is what we're looking at. So I think at this point, all cards are on deck, right? We have a choice to make as Canadians, and it's whether or not we allow the federal government to turn around and flush our country down the toilet, or whether we stand up to them. If Carney wins the election, I can see well over 90% of Albertans choosing to do a referendum.
What brought you to the rally today?
I've always been a conservative, grew up a conservative, and just wanted to come out and show my support for Pierre.
And were you born in Alberta?
Was born in Alberta, yeah.
And how do you feel about the growing separatist movement in Alberta?
It's interesting because I find that people think that sovereignty and separation is the same thing, but we just want more sovereignty for our people. We want to be able to do what we want when we want to do it and not be under the thumb of Ottawa.
And what do you think will happen with this separatist movement if Mark Carney somehow wins the next federal election?
It's going to ramp up because if Mark Carney gets in, there's going to be a lot of people that are real mad.
So do you think it's a good thing that Smith's been going down to the States so much and trying to collaborate with people in the United States?
Yeah, at least she's doing something. I mean, we need action, and with action will come something out of it. So by her not going down, I think it also shows a lot of Albertans that she's not willing to stand for us.
Now that the rally's over, obviously, what did you think of it?
It was amazing just to see how many people came out to support it. This afternoon, we were told that there's over 15,000 people RSVP'd, and that's not including extras that came and all us volunteers and everything. So it's a massive crowd, and it was just inspiring and hopeful and exciting just to see so many people wanting a better life for ourselves.
And obviously you're an Albertan. How do you feel about the Alberta separatist movement?
I definitely understand it for sure, that like everyone's at a point where if the Liberals were to get another term, I think everyone would be so heartbroken that it's almost like the end of the line for a lot of people.
And how do you feel about the way that Mark Carney so far in his short tenure has treated Alberta and Western Canada?
He hasn't really shown a lot of support for Alberta and Western Canada for sure. Like anything that Western Canada stands for, especially Alberta and Saskatchewan, he's all for squashing anything that makes our provinces prosper. Haven't seen much good.
And comparatively, how do you think Pierre Poilievre will fight for Alberta and Western Canada?
From what we're seeing so far, that like he's out and eager to do anything to help everybody from all across Canada get their lives back and be able to live a free life, but also affordable life.
What do you think of the growing Alberta separatist movement and the calls for a referendum?
Oh, we've been getting screwed by the rest of Canada since the 1970s, since the National Energy Program, Trudeau Sr. We can't get our products to market. They take our money and treat us with disrespect. They mock our premier. They block our access to Tidewater. Why wouldn't we want a referendum?
Speaking of mocking the premier, did you see the recent clip of Carney that surfaced where he was smack talking Danielle? Yeah, what did you think about that?
I mean, in politics, sometimes leaders say things that they probably shouldn't. You know, he's talking to a crowd. I know he's trying to rev them up, but this has been the Liberal playbook for forever. They always have to have a villain, and they are picking conservative premiers, people that tend to not vote for them. And Danielle Smith, Alberta has always been the villain with the federal Liberal Party, and now he's picking on Rob Ford too. I think it's beneath him, but I think he'd probably take those comments back if he was given a second chance. I think we got to sometimes give politicians a little bit of leeway, but it's a consistent theme of them picking on the West in every election. We've been the villain every time.
And so far in Carney's tenure to date, how have you felt about the way he's treated Alberta and Western Canada?
Well, he's saying things he wants to win an election. It's how he's going to govern. He's been there, in an advisory role with this government. You got to remember, you're not replacing the cabinet. They're moving the deck chairs on the Titanic is all you're doing, because you've got the same cabinet, you got a different leader, but it's going to be the same thing. We know they're just going to take our money and screw us anyway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just wrapping up here at the Poilievre rally in Edmonton. We obviously saw record-breaking numbers. I don't have an official number yet, but I'm hearing around 15,000 people. I mean, an unbelievable amount of people. Super thankful to everyone we got to interview. It was a great rally. Until next time, I'm Isaac Lamoureux with True North signing off.